So I was just doing some research for this video, right, to really understand why people hate EA so much, and I came across a comment underneath a specific video, and look at what this comment says. I could tell you why EA is hated, but first you need to get the comments back for $9.99. If this doesn't perfectly summarize what everybody sees from EA, I don't know what will, but this is the perfect segue into this video. EA, this is why nobody likes you.
It's in the game.
It's a common trend nowadays to hate on game publishers, whether it be Activision or Ubisoft, right? And EA is definitely no exception. But some of these publishers, guys, definitely deserve, I wouldn't say the hate, but they definitely do deserve some criticism, especially Electronic Arts.
It's in the game.
Now, what actually inspired me to make this video was the recent controversy when NRG left professional Apex Legends because of a lack of support from EA. That was a big controversy in the Apex Legends scene. A lot of people were upset because NRG was one of the top teams that played professional Apex. Now, everybody already knew that EA was not the best publisher in terms of supporting these pro teams and stuff, but it made me want to really look at why gamers just do not fuck with EA. It's not just because of one singular event, it's really because of a trend of events that seems to only happen, or happens a lot more, I would say, in EA games. Now, EA has made some amazing games in the past. I grew up playing EA games, right? So I definitely still have somewhat of a respect for this publisher. But I would actually say that the hatred for EA really started back when Star Wars Battlefront 2 dropped. Now, if you guys could remember when that game dropped, it was a very hyped up game. Lots of marketing was put behind this game. And when it dropped, it had one of the biggest, if not the biggest, microtransaction controversy ever in the history of gaming, right? I mean, it was so bad, right, that even Disney had to step in and be like, yo, you guys are really making us look bad. You guys are really making us look bad. And if Disney has to step in, Disney, then you are really operating within the pits of hell. If you guys can't remember what took place, right, let me kind of just summarize it real quick. So back when Star Wars Battlefront 2 dropped, right, EA basically introduced this brand new microtransaction system. It was heavily pay to win, but it was also insanely expensive. And for Star Wars fans, that wasn't fun, because if they wanted to use, I don't know, their favorite Jedi, like let's say they wanted to use Luke Skywalker, for example, right, they had to play an insane amount of hours to unlock Luke, or they could just buy Luke. But here's the thing, right, Luke was also overpowered. So not only were these loot boxes ridiculously expensive, right, and of course because they are also loot boxes, it's not guaranteed loot, but it was also pay to win. So this is really where all of this microtransaction controversy started out with EA, and this is where a lot of gamers looked at them side-eye, because it was like, you guys are doing this blatantly, Disney has to step in. And what the fuck? They basically killed Battlefront 2, right, because of this controversy, and I'm still salty because Battlefront 2 is actually a very good game right now, but it's never going to be what it could be because everybody left, because EA killed it, right, basically. But that's just one game. If we look at EA's current roster of games, we have Apex Legends. I mean, do I really need to talk about EA's support of Apex Legends? Now, if I'm being honest, right, it is very difficult to fully run and support a live service game and make everybody happy. Every single live service game that I know of right now, half of the player base is pissed off. But it's just so much more blatant with EA. They don't even take the time to really cover up their shit. They just shit and leave it there. And that's really what they be doing with Apex Legends too, because the support for the game is terrible. There's been so many situations where players have been asking them for new content, and what they would do, they would basically drop an event which is disguised as like a content event, new game modes and stuff, bring back recycled game modes, but all of the microtransactions are new though, all of the skins are new, and they're very expensive as well, and they disguise those skins and, you know, all of those microtransactions as content when it's really just a way to make money. That's a very common trend, I would say, in games like Apex, and it's because of, again, Electronic Arts.
It's in the game.
Games like FIFA as well also suffer from this microtransaction bullshit. Once an EA game is making money, there's no reason to change anything. If the entire player base is upset, it doesn't matter as long as this game is making money. And I think that's how EA really operates, which, you know what, might not sound too bad, but I feel like as a gaming publisher, you also have somewhat of a right to ensure that players are actually being treated fairly and they're enjoying their experience. That doesn't apply to Electronic Arts.
It's in the game.
You guys are seeing Titanfall 2 gameplay right now. You guys remember Titanfall 2? I made a video on this game yesterday. Titanfall 2 had all of the potential in the world, And guess what? In 2016, EA decided to drop this game between Call of Duty and Battlefield, right in the middle between these two blockbuster FPS games. Titanfall 2 didn't stand a chance. It really did not stand a chance, and that's also kind of why it died. I low-key feel like EA sabotaged Titanfall 2, but that's a completely different video. But yeah, that was just a dumb decision by them, and the entire Titanfall 2 fan base still resents EA because of that. While we're talking about Battlefield, guys, EA recently shut down all of the servers for the legacy Battlefield games. So like I think Bad Company 2, Bad Company 1, Battlefield 1942, all of those games, the servers have been shut down to a certain extent. Why, you may ask? Well, because they can't really make money from a game that doesn't have microtransactions. And why will they keep the game up? Even though players love it, even though players love to go back and play those games, why would EA pay money to support these games and have these servers up if they can't make money from it? Money is apparently all that matters, so they shut down those servers. Simply put, EA just has a terrible reputation with video games. And I'm not saying that EA is completely trash, because I did grow up playing their games, right? And I still have a very big respect for the games that they published when I was growing up, my childhood games. But I would just say right now, present day, 2023, anytime somebody sees a promising multiplayer game being worked on, and then they see it's being published by EA, I just feel like this is the reaction. This is a deep conversation though, because I feel like it's not just EA. I feel like the gaming industry has just been shifting a lot. They've been shifting to a model that really prioritizes making money over anything else. But it didn't feel like this back in the day. It didn't feel like all companies, all gaming companies I should say, cared about was making money. But right now it feels like that, right? And I think every single gamer could feel that when they're playing these games.
It's in the game.